Did you know that you are the architect of your own brain? It sounds like science fiction, but it's a proven scientific fact. You have the power to physically change the structure of your brain, to literally rewire it. This incredible ability is called neuroplasticity. It's the brain's capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. For a long time, scientists believed that the brain was fixed and unchangeable after a certain age. They thought that once you reached adulthood, the brain you had was the brain you were stuck with for life. But groundbreaking research has completely overturned this old idea. We now know the brain is remarkably malleable, like a piece of clay that can be reshaped and remolded. This means you are not defined by your past experiences or your current habits. You can unlearn trauma, build new skills, and even change aspects of your personality. Think about what that really means for a moment. It's the limitations you think you have, the negative thought patterns you're stuck in, the habits you can't seem to break. They are not permanent fixtures. They are simply well-worn pathways in your brain. You have the ability to create new, more positive pathways. This isn't about wishful thinking or a vague self-help concept. It's a tangible, biological process happening inside your skull. Every time you learn something new, have a new thought, or practice a new behavior, you are actively participating in the rewiring of your brain. So how does this process actually work? Imagine your brain as a dense, bustling city with countless roads connecting different neighborhoods. These roads are your neural pathways. When you perform an action or think a thought, electrical signals travel along these specific pathways. The more you repeat that action or thought, the stronger and more efficient that pathway becomes. It's like turning a narrow dirt track into a multi-lane superhighway. This is why habits, both good and bad, are so powerful. The neural pathways associated with them have become so well established that the behavior becomes almost automatic. Now, here's the exciting part. Neuroplasticity allows you to build brand new roads in your brain city. When you challenge yourself with a new task, like learning to play an instrument or speaking a new language, you are forcing your brain to create new connections. At first, this process is slow and requires a lot of conscious effort. The road is just a faint trail in the wilderness. But with consistent practice and repetition, that trail gets wider, smoother, and easier to travel. Eventually, the new skill becomes second nature. This same principle applies to unlearning a negative pattern, such as a fear or a traumatic response. The brain can learn to bypass the old reactive superhighway and create a new, calmer route. This is the foundation of many effective therapies for anxiety and trauma. They help individuals build new neural pathways that lead to feelings of safety and control, rather than fear and helplessness. The key takeaway is this: what you consistently focus on, you strengthen. Neurons that fire together, wire together. This is the fundamental rule of neuroplasticity. If you constantly dwell on negative thoughts and worries, you are strengthening the neural circuits for anxiety and sadness. Conversely, if you intentionally practice gratitude, optimism, and mindfulness, you are building and reinforcing the pathways for happiness and peace. Your brain doesn't judge. It simply adapts to what you ask of it most often. So, the crucial question is, how can we intentionally direct this process? How can we become active drivers of our brain's transformation? There are specific, science-backed exercises you can do to harness the power of neuroplasticity and rewire your brain for the better. Let's start with a foundational practice. Focused attention. The ability to direct your focus is like having the steering wheel for your brain's rewiring process. One of the most effective ways to train focused attention is through mindfulness meditation. This involves sitting quietly and paying attention to your breath or the sensations in your body. When your mind wanders, which it inevitably will, the exercise is to gently and non-judgmentally bring your attention back to your point of focus. Each time you do this, you are strengthening the neural circuits in your prefrontal cortex. It's a part of your brain responsible for executive functions like concentration and decision-making. Think of it as doing a bicep curl for your brain's attention muscle. Over time, you'll find it easier to stay focused, not just during meditation, but in all areas of your life. This improved focus allows you to more effectively direct your brain towards the changes you want to make. Another powerful exercise for rewiring your brain is novelty and challenge. Your brain thrives on new experiences. When you step out of your comfort zone and learn something new, your brain releases chemicals that stimulate the growth of new neurons and connections. This doesn't have to be a monumental task. It could be as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk, trying a new recipe for a vegetable stew, or listening to a different genre of music. You could also try learning a few words in a new language each day using an app, or working on a puzzle you've never tried before. The key is to engage in activities that are both novel and mentally stimulating. This keeps your brain agile and promotes the formation of new pathways, repetitive, passive activities. On the other hand, don't do much to encourage neuroplasticity, so challenge yourself regularly.
Ow.
Let's talk about changing specific personality traits or emotional patterns. Let's say you want to become a more optimistic person. You can't just wish for it to happen. You have to actively practice the thoughts and behaviors associated with optimism. One simple yet profound exercise is a gratitude practice. At the end of each day, take a few moments to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. When you do this, you are forcing your brain to scan for positives instead of dwelling on negatives. You are intentionally activating and strengthening the neural pathways associated with appreciation and positivity. At first, it might feel forced or difficult, but with consistency, it becomes a natural habit. You are literally rewiring your brain to see the good in the world more easily. This is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about balancing your perspective and giving positive experiences the attention they deserve. Another technique is called visualization. This is a powerful tool used by athletes, performers, and successful individuals in many fields. Your brain often has difficulty distinguishing between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you repeatedly visualize yourself successfully performing an action or feeling a certain way, you are rehearsing it in your mind. This mental rehearsal helps to create and strengthen the neural pathways needed for that action or emotion. For example, if you have a fear of public speaking, you can spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself giving a confident, successful presentation. Imagine the feeling of calm, the sound of your clear voice, and the positive reaction of the audience. By doing this repeatedly, you are priming your brain for success. When the actual event occurs, the neural pathways for confidence are already partially built, making it easier to perform well. Physical exercise is another non-negotiable for brain health and neuroplasticity. When you engage in aerobic exercise, you increase blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. Exercise also triggers the release of a crucial protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. You can think of BDNF as a fertilizer for your brain. It supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new neurons and synapses. Consistent physical activity has been shown to improve memory, enhance learning, and protect the brain against age-related decline. Getting enough quality sleep is equally important. During deep sleep, your brain is hard at work, consolidating memories and clearing out metabolic waste products that accumulate during the day. Sleep is when much of the important rewiring and learning consolidation happens. Depriving yourself of sleep is like trying to build a house without giving the foundation time to set. These exercises, mindfulness, novelty, gratitude, visualization, physical activity, and sleep are not just good ideas. They are practical, evidence-based strategies for directing neuroplasticity. They are the tools you can use to become the conscious creator of your own mind. It's important to be patient and consistent. Rewiring your brain doesn't happen overnight. You are changing physical structures in your brain, and that takes time and repetition. Just like building physical muscle in a gym, building new neural pathways requires consistent effort. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress. That's normal. The key is to trust the process and keep showing up. Every time you choose to react differently, think a new thought, or practice a new skill, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are laying down another brick in the new neural pathway you are building. The implications of neuroplasticity are truly profound. It means that your potential for growth and change is far greater than you might have imagined. You have the agency to shape your mind, to heal from the past, and to build a more fulfilling future. You are not a passive observer of your life. You are an active participant in its creation, right down to the very wiring of your brain. Start small. Pick one practice, like the gratitude exercise, or a short daily meditation, and commit to it for a few weeks. Notice the small shifts in your mindset and your feelings. As you gain momentum, you can incorporate other practices. The journey of rewiring your brain is one of the most empowering adventures you can ever undertake. If you found this exploration of neuroplasticity insightful and want to continue learning how to upgrade your mind and life, be sure to follow my channel, Motivational Repo. We're dedicated to bringing you science-based tools for personal transformation.